Well, hey, babe. Listen, what's going on, everybody? Give me 1 second, honey. Let me try and share some things over here. How is everybody's Sunday going, honey? Talk to me. Let me know how your Sunday has been going for you. How has your weekend been, honey? Let a girl know what's up, honey. Because listen, y'all, I had to go to Alabama for my dad's birthday. He had a nice little birthday party. Not nice little, because girl wasn't that little body child. But it was very spacious, okay? In the midst of everything that's going on, it was very, very spacious. So people weren't on top of each other, okay? But I went to Alabama to celebrate his birthday. It was a very, 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 very nice, honey. But y'all already know how y'all girls do. I typically don't like to stay in Alabama for more than 24 hours, okay? So your girl went there that afternoon. And I hopped on the road at night. I said, I gotta go. It's what I said. This was nice. And plus my son got finals today, right? So my son is, he's been going to school from home due to the pandemic and stuff. So I'm like, I ain't gonna have my baby up there in this school, girl. You're not gonna get my child. What child sick? Not mine. Girl, no ma'am. So he has finals and things that he has to take today and tomorrow. So I was like, I'm gonna hightail it. I'm gonna go, okay? No, ma'am, I was not in Huntsville, Summer. I was in Montgomery. That's where I'm from, Montgomery, girl. Yes, so that's where I went back home to. I'm so ready for us to get into the Martell. Girl, we're going to talk about Martell. Okay, we are going to talk about him and his BS. But I will say this, y'all. Some of y'all not going to like it, but listen, Martell won't lie about everything. And I am going to drop the link, okay? Because the season has pretty much wrapped. We do have the reunion part 1. So I am going to drop the link for y'all to hop on here and chiggity chat, okay? What's up, Brandy? I did not know you were from Huntsville, honey. Okay, come on, Bama, honey. Come on. Yes, ma'am. Alabama in the house. Yes. What's going on, All About Jones? Hi. Hey, Sugar Sean. Sugar Sean, we go through this like I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna start calling you Sugar because I still get confused if it's Sugar Sean or Sugar Shan, and it got an A in it, so I want to believe that it's Shan. But I love you, okay? I love you, Sugar. Let's see. Simone says I'm so ready, and I think I already read this. Simone, we're gonna get into it. Okay, I want y'all to hop on these lines and let me know your thoughts as well once I wrap up my reviews for this. Shout out to Kris for becoming a new member. I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Yes, Andrea, in response to Carlos King hosting last night's reunion, shout out to him for that. I felt like when I think about Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all know how Andy has been doing the reunions and Nicki Minaj stepped in and Nicki Minaj asked a lot of the harder questions. I thought that was cool for Potomac, right? Because Andy doesn't get into the nitty gritty. For Carlos, I feel like Carlos can do this solely on his own. He doesn't need like an extra person, kind of like what Andy had, because Carlos got into the nitty gritty for me, right? And what I love is the fact that Carlos really does know the cast. And it's a different type of network too. So he knows the cast from beginning, learned a lot about them, knows a lot of what goes on behind the scenes. And he wasn't afraid to ask those tough questions. So I actually really enjoyed Carlos hosting this. I didn't think that he needed any help or anything, but I will say that if it was Egypt that was hosting the reunion, then you may want to add in a secondary person, right? Because Egypt may not know a lot of things. She may not, watch the show how we may watch it and stuff like that. And she may be limited to only asking certain types of questions. So I love that Carlos was the host. And as long as he's hosting, I don't think it should be anyone else additional added, kind of like how they did over there at Potomac. But those are just my thoughts about it because I thought he did good. Not my mouth was open the whole time. Okay, it was good. It was a good one, Shell. It was a good one. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was good. And y'all know we got to talk about the fashions, right? Before we even really get into some things, honey, we got to talk about the fashions of it all, because some people were giving and some people were giving, I need to go home. Okay, hey y'all, in my Brittany Renner voice. Okay, happy Sunday. What's going on? Okay, I like the fact that Carlos stepped on their necks in reunion 1. Wonderful, right? He ain't waste no time. He definitely came ready, Rennie. And they were kind of shocked to see that it was him. You could tell they were already like squirming and like cringing in their seats and knowing that he was going to be hosting. So they knew they could not BS the person that was interviewing them, right? Or the person that was hosting. They couldn't BS the person. Okay, so I loved it. I loved it. But y'all, let's go ahead and get to talking. Okay, we're about to get this thing started, but I see that we have only 43 likes, but over 130 people in the chat. So please be sure to hit the like button. I definitely love and appreciate all of you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop in. So Kimmy, okay, first off, okay, Kimmy and Maurice is the first couple to come out. For all of the guys, well, I'll just do them individually. So first off, Maurice looked okay. Simple outfit, simple, straight. He looked fine, right? When it came to Kimmy, I like Kimmy's look. I like the reddish hair or the burgundy hair, you could say. The outfit, the dress was cute. It looks like Kimmy actually slimmed down some, or was it just me? She looked great. I was like, okay, Kimmy, we see you, honey. Marlo and Tisha. What was the theme of the reunion, y'all? Did I miss it? Because I felt like maybe it was a theme that I missed. Because Marlo came normal. He came, basic, regular, nothing wrong with his attire, right? Tisha and these feathers and the bright orangeness. I don't even think it was really the dress that much, even though it really did not fit with the dark setting of the set, right? So when you put her attire onto the set, it's like, did somebody tell you it was going to be this color? Whereas you chose another color. Like Tisha, you was the only one that was up there looking like a tangerine. The only one that was giving us orange highlighter. It didn't go well with the set. Everybody had on darker tones. Like even what's his name? Martell wore a bright suit, but it still to me fit within the scene and the theme of the set. Does that make sense? She was the only one that came like, girl, what is this? Somebody said on Facebook, they were saying that Tisha was giving us Amazon wig. I screamed. I'm not gonna lie, I screamed because I did not understand the hump, my lovely lady hump. I did not understand what the hump was giving, but when I looked at her attire, I tried to go back into like the 70s, 60s. I wasn't really sure about the time frame. Maybe the girls was wearing humps at the time. But the lace or the wig that was not fitting on the forehead on top of the hump made me feel like somebody tried to pull your hair up and then just put the wig on top of it instead of braiding it down. So whoever did your hair was really too lazy to just braid it out to the back and sit the wig on flat. Like it wasn't, you should be ashamed. And I'm disappointed in your husband who always got so much critiquing to do that he did not critique in that moment. Okay, thank you so much, Phil, for the super chat. Phil says, y'all can get off Tisha. I don't like it either. I didn't like either. You didn't like the dress or the hair, Phil? And y'all know Phil is team Tisha now. You did not like the hair or the dress? Because I was not, And I wanted to try to give her a pass with the dress. However, it was the hump, the wig did not go, and the dress did not fit the set for me. And I was overly disappointed in Tisha because to me, I've said this so many times, I think Tisha is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't know who chose to style her. Tisha has looked great in past reunions. What you gave us this time, I don't know who came and helped you this time, but they should not have. It was terrible. We're gonna move on, okay? Martell looked nice. I'm gonna give it to him. I like the suit. It didn't look like it was like as tight though, right? I know he always wears his stuff tight, but this time the suit didn't look as tight as it normally do. So I thought he looked nice. He was colorful, like I said, but I felt like it went along with the set, the background or whatnot. So I wish matter of fact, let me see if I'm able to. Nah, I'm unable to add the photo over here because I don't want to miss something. But anyway, just know that Martell looked great. What else did I want to say? Mel looked good as well. The only thing I did not like about Mel's outfit was it was given all dark. And it made me feel like she was in mourning. Did anybody else catch that? Because that's how I was feeling. I was like, girl, she is in mourning, honey. She do not feel like being here at this reunion. So she finna wear this all black with a hint of pink. So you can know that she's smiling on the inside, but on the outside, it's straight. I don't want to be here. That's what it was given. Right. So we get right into some things with Carlos hosting. Shout out to Carlos. He says that Tisha is done. She done with Twitter. And we wondering, why are you done? She said, because people are just hateful. And she doesn't have time to allow that to get into her spirit and into her psyche. I mean, shoot, girl, hey, it's your page. You want to take it down, girl. You ain't got to be on there if you don't want to be on there, honey. Take it down. Okay. That ain't going to stop the people from coming at your head top. Okay, because they be over there on your head top on Facebook, girl. They be on your head top over there on Instagram. If they not on your head top and on your page, they in your husband comments, and we sure that you see those too. Okay, and you ain't even really got to have a Twitter account to go on there and see what's going on Twitter, girl. So we know you still see what's going on. It is what it is. I hate Martell even more. Not hate him even more after the reunion. No accountability at all, leaving the house during the pandemic after she just had a baby. Ooh, okay. Mel and Martell were asked about regrets from the show. What I liked is they started right out the gate to me and went straight to Mel and Martell. Like, let's just go ahead and get into it. Mel says that she has no regrets, as expected, because for her, she has like grown since the show, right? Whereas Martell says that he does have regrets because he feels like he sacrificed a lot for Mel to be successful in what she wanted to do, which was to actually be on television. That's why he said, he feels like he sacrificed a lot. He regrets it because he ain't got his family. Martell says that he feels like he helped bring out the Melody Holt brand, right? And Martell says that he did it for her and he regrets it because he doesn't have his family. Now, I have a few things to say about that. For me, okay, I feel like Martell has a point when he talks about helping bring out the male brand a bit because he did co-sign on this show. I feel like if he wasn't in agreement with doing it, there would not be a show at all. I think that a lot of times throughout their marriage, Mel and Martell definitely worked as a team, and this show is one of the parts of where they have worked as a team, and he has helped her brand to grow. So I think that he has a point on that part, but for him to say that he did the show for her, I understand that. But as Mel said, that's what you do when you're in a marriage. You support your partner's dreams, aspirations, all of that other great stuff. So you did what a husband was supposed to do at that moment. But when he goes on and says that he regrets it because he doesn't have a family, he doesn't have his family, I feel like you can't necessarily regret the show. You should regret the actions of what you did. And this is where I don't understand how you don't watch the show and see where it is you go wrong. So now I'm convinced that you don't watch the show at all, Martell, to really see what it is that you do wrong. Like, you're trying to put it off as though the show was the issue. And it was you, dear. It was you. It was you. You were the issue. Okay, let's keep going. What else? Martell says that if it wasn't for the show, he would still be married. Mel says no. I agree with Martell. I do. I feel like if the show was not here, they would still be married. And the reason why I say that is because at the time, and continuing, their marriage hasn't been good for some time, but they were both focused on keeping up with the image that they put out to the people in Huntsville, right? So I think because of that, they would have continued to stay in this particular moment. Like 3 years later? So I think they still would be together. However, in the future, over time, like, I think she would have divorced him. Like, after a while, possibly would have divorced him for sure. But I do think if the show was not around, they would still be married right now because they would be able to control the narrative of how their marriage is seen to other people. But them coming on this show and people seeing the truth of what's going on with Mel got a lot of support from a lot of women that have been through what she's been through. So that only gave her the confidence and the boost that she needed to fully walk away from Martell, and knowing she got to her aha moment of knowing that, like, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be good without you. Like, I don't have to sit in this anymore. And then when you're in the situation versus being out of the situation and being able to watch it, that's why I say when we be talking sometimes, I tell y'all sometimes when you're going through stuff, take it outside of yourself, put it on somebody else. And how would you respond to this if it wasn't you? You see what I'm saying? So I think when she got a chance to really watch herself, I think that brought light to it as well. So I do think Martell has a point there. What else? What else happened? Martell talks about the comments or whatever. He says that Mel was impacted by the comments a lot. And I'm like, yeah, of course she was impacted by the comments. She was impacted by the DMs, honey. And I just explained that. She was impacted by watching herself and seeing herself on this show with you. Okay. Marceau originally did not like the name Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. He did not like the name Love and Marriage Huntsville because he thought the show was going to be about construction. So I guess I could understand that. He wanted to make sure people knew exactly what it is that they do, because that's what it was. But it's like, if you knew your history and you did a little bit of research on Carlos King, you would know what his shows are about. And it wasn't going to be strictly about no construction, baby. No, the construction is regarding y'all relationships. That's the construction. Y'all building y'all relationships, tearing them relationships down, and then going to build another one, honey. That's the type of construction that was going to be going on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. So they talked about the show going from SHI, from sugar to SHI. Right. And, Maurice felt like it was tough or whatever, because, they try to present like a certain, like the successes and stuff like that. And then Marcel chimed in or whatever. He said, it's disheartening, all that other stuff. But this is the thing. For the record, I ain't never said that this show went from sugar to SHI. I don't know who said that, where that came from, Carlos. I don't know what tree you dug up under and picked that up. But a lot of us felt like the show is great. That's why y'all continuing to get seasons now. We didn't say it went from sugar to SHI. At least I did not. So I'm going to have to speak for myself. Okay. And I felt like with this show, what it gives us, in all honesty, is reality. I feel like Love and Marriage Huntsville, for me, in my opinion, is probably one of the realest reality shows we got out now, especially for Black television. Like, girl, this is the real. Okay. It did not, for me, give producers like producing like where it's probably a bit obvious. Like, nah, this is really what happens. This is really what married couples go through. This is really what happens when you're being successful, like with Maurice getting his law degree, to seeing the struggles in his relationship with Kimmy and him giving his job more time than he gives her, to seeing the issues that go on with their kids and stuff, and teaching them running their business and how they interact within their marriage. For me, I feel like this is like reality. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, just in life in general, and from, just life as well as like your relationship and stuff. So you're just going to have the ups and downs in general from both sides or whatever. So I felt like, girl, this is reality. Okay, that's just what I think. But anyway, so Maurice's question about not standing up for his wife when she is being accused of being a side chick. Okay, Maurice finally cleared it up for us. Okay, so scoop back just a little bit, because he cleared it up for us, right? But he did use a terrible example to me, saying that it's like someone calling him an alien, saying I don't have to defend myself against that because it's an impossibility. And I said that, but see, that's the difference there, Maurice. Okay, that was a stupid analogy, in my opinion, that you used, because we can see that you are not an alien, but we cannot see that your wife was not a side chick. You see how that works? That doesn't work. So then you have to explain, you have to defend, because it's not adding up. You have to lay it out for the people. Okay. That's and that was my problem too. When he sat up there and said, I don't have to defend myself. See, that's the issue right there, Maurice. Okay, come back, sit down. It's not about you defending yourself. It's about you defending your wife. The statement was made against her. And see, that's why you're so unbothered by it, because it's not directly affecting you. It's affecting her and how she feels and how she sees, or I don't want to say sees herself, but how other people are seeing her. Okay. So there's that didn't even connect, sir. What else? Carlo asked, so are you saying she wasn't? I'm like, right. So what are you saying, sir? Because that didn't work. Okay. That didn't start over. Okay. So Maurice says that it's impossible. And this is when he breaks things down to where, Maurice, we can appreciate this. We can. It took us this long for us to get to this place, but we appreciate it. Okay. What else? Martell says that he heard it for the first time from Marceau, even though he said Marceau said it in a laughing matter, but he heard it from Marceau. I believe what Martell is saying. I believe that he did hear it from Marceau. I sure do. Even if it was joking, like Marceau probably didn't even think it was like that serious when he said stuff, but he say a lot of stuff. So I believe Martell. Marceau then tries to use the thing that all of the viewers tries to use against Martell. Everybody try to use this against Martell. Martell is a liar. A lot of us feel like everything that comes out of Martell's mouth is a lie. I'm not going to be that person. I don't believe every single thing that come out that man's mouth is a lie. Some things, yes, just like everybody, but not all. So he tried to say that, well, we know that's a lie, because if Martell is saying that Marceau said it, then it's a lie. And it's like, don't be trying to use that. Don't use that. Nah, boo. We're not going to do that. So then Kimmy brought up Martell and Mel discussing her being a side chick in the front office, in the doctor's office or whatever, and talking about, Kimmy being a side chick. And I think it was in that moment when Martell said Marceau told him. right? So then Marceau tries to excuse himself by saying, because Kimmy said y'all laughed at it. Then Marceau said, I didn't laugh at it. And then he said, well, she said, well, you laughed at it in Vegas. He said, oh yeah, oh, so many years later. I said, okay, so see, here you are yet again trying to remove yourself from the fact that you said this when you said it. And I do believe that you said it. And then Tisha tried to come and clear it up too. And I'm like, Tisha, we know you said it too, girl. So Martell says he got that from Marceau. He said it again, and I believe him. Tisha was asked about hearing whether Kimmy was a side chick, right? And Tisha says it came from Kyle. We sure it came from Kyle, girl. We sure it came from Kyle, but what we asked you, girl, was whether or not you really heard that from your husband, honey. And you know you did, but you said that it came from Kyle. And then for her to say that she didn't know the timelines, I'm like, Tisha, you do know the timelines. I felt like Tisha knew the timelines. You knew enough to sit up there and engage with Kyle, making Kimmy feel away, which is why you and Kimmy ain't as close now on top of other things. You know what I'm saying? But there's that. Martell says that it came from Tisha and Marceau. I said, come on, Martell. Come on, Martell, because I believe it. Tisha says that she doesn't know because she doesn't know the timeline and she doesn't believe it. I said, that's y'all key thing to excuse yourselves of stuff when you say, I don't know. Okay. So Kimmy says it's funny because Kaya would never say it to them that she was a side chick. And I said, well, would she say that directly? Okay, but she said in so many words, that's what she said. So Kimmy says that Kiowa implied that she interfered with her marriage because after you file, there is a month waiting period, and that's what she was referring to. So basically, Kiowa said that she interfered with the marriage because, you know, it's a 6-month period. They want to see whether or not the couple is going to reconcile or whatever like that. And it's like, girl, stop saying this woman interfered with your marriage when this man left the state. He wasn't even in the same state as you. Came down here humping on whoever he humping on and all of that. Maurice even cleared up the divorce situation and said that, he served her. So he never served her twice. He served her and then turned around and I guess she like was not willing to accept it or he couldn't find her or something. But then the sheriff turned around and served her the papers. But what he would not open up, which was very interesting because Carlos brought up a comment and I was confused. So I was like, ooh. So basically the comment came from Patrice where she said something like Maurice was tired of people using the toothbrush. He said he don't want another person using the toothbrush again or something like that. And I'm like, what the you using people's toothbrush? Like, what's that? But what it basically was giving off is that that's what I took from it, y'all, was that Miss Kiowa was out here engaging in activity outside of her marriage. Now, Maurice didn't full out come and say that, but Carlos kind of asked him a question like, is it safe to say that she was doing something that made your marriage like unforgivable or her actions unforgivable in the marriage? And he said yes. So what it sounds like when I start putting the analogy or whatever together, I was like, oh, that's what they're referring to. So maybe she could have cheated on him on more than one occasion. So here we are. Got it. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like she cheated. Okay. Marceau, when it came down to the side chick situation, and this was so, I don't think they should have accepted this. Marceau says that, you know, the whole comment about you being a side chick was so laughable. It was, you know, it was like, it was a joke to me. Like, it was so far from being possible that I laughed at it. Wait. No, you thought that SHI was funny. For real. You thought it was funny. Cha. There are times when the cast members are acting their shoe size and not their age. True. Yes, that's what using the toothbrush means. She cheated on him several times. Okay, cool. So I thought it was me, girl, but it wasn't just me, honey. Marceau took a lion page out of Tisha book. Marceau has some dark humor. He does have dark humor. He does. I'll give him that. See, Marceau definitely thought it was funny. He did. Kiowa has been tarnishing Kimmy's reputation, but the whole time she destroyed her own marriage. Girl, moment of silence. What in the solid gold feathered down pillow dress was poor little Tink Tisha wearing? Girl, I don't know what Miss Girl had going on, but it was wrong. It wasn't the correct set. Marceau never denied spreading the rumor either. And there's that on that, dear. Maurice chooses Kimmy, but he was not divorced at the time they courted. So would that still make her a side chick if he wasn't with this lady? A lot of people define that as a being one, but he fully left the marriage. I don't know, child. Now he got fine and she started hanging. Somebody saying no, they don't make her no side chick. Shouted, they don't make her no. He left the marriage. He moved to a whole other state and filed for separation and divorce from his girl. Okay, so Mel and Martell. Y'all, correct me. Excuse me. Mel's nose looks different from the flashbacks. Is it me? I don't know. Like it could be that she put on like slightly a little bit of weight, but she's still tiny to me at the same time. But something looked a little different, you know. Maybe her face got a little bigger, but I was looking at her nose and I felt like her nose looked a little different now versus how it looked in previous seasons. But let me know y'all thoughts on that. She goes on to speak on Martell and the contradictions that he made in the flashback. Excuse me. Martell says that he isn't a cheater at heart and says he won't cheat on the next woman. You don't know that. You don't know that you won't cheat on that lady. Because let you tell it, it's the smallest thing for you. If you're not being satisfied in one area, that's enough for you to go out and seek out something else, right? So I feel like you can't say that you won't. You can hope that you won't, though. What else happened? Carlos inquires about the relationship during the pandemic. Girl, messy. I was like, come on, Carlos, let's go. Because this is what I wanted. I was like, okay, I don't want them to skip around on stuff. We haven't had a reunion in some time, so I want us to talk about it all. Like, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk. Okay. So then Carlos inquires about the relationship during the pandemic, right? So Mel says during the pandemic, he was leaving the house more often. If we're in a pandemic, we run a business. Our business has been halted. I'm at home with these kids. They can't even go to school. This thing could actually harm me, my new child, my entire family. If my husband is going out often, and I know some places are not open, I'm going to start questioning for real. Like, I'm going to start thinking that you went over there to the girl house. Now, see, this is where Martell really gets to lying when he talks about the fact that he cheated on his wife, and we have proof. The proof is in the baby, right? That you cheated on her, but it's just the fact that you try so hard not to acknowledge it. And this is where you really become a liar, when it's focused on you taking accountability of what it is that you cheated. You can admit that your family has been ruined, but you can't admit what it is that you've done to cause your family to be ruined. It's like you try to disregard them or something, and I don't get Martell in that aspect. Martell admits talking about how he was going to the gym. Girl, I hollered when Carlos said, but the gyms were closed. He said, not my gym. He said, so your gym was open. What other things was open? Girl, I said, come on, Carlos, answer the questions, ask the questions. Yes, Martell wanted to lie and got caught up in his lies. Okay, he always want to speak on Mel, but don't want to tell us his wrongdoings and tell us about his child. Okay, the baby that he got on the way. He don't want to talk about that stuff though. You want to skip around that. You want to avoid the conversation on that. Let's keep going. So Mel says him leaving the house often, she started putting 2 and 2 together, as any woman would, right? She always stay in the house for 6 to 8 weeks. So when they first have their kids, they have this thing where they have to stay in the house, to cut down on the children getting sick because their immune systems are very sensitive at that time, right? So she says that he started saying things that gave away the fact that he was cheating, okay? Mel learned that he was... what she said, Mel learned that when they were like going through their issues, he was telling her like, yo, you need to talk to some older ladies, this and that. She's like, I have. She said, you need to talk to some older men. He said, I have. She said, what are they telling you? He was like, well, they telling me to do this and do that and be careful about this and make sure she signed a contract and all this and watch her back and watch her step. And in this moment, she was learning that he was figuring out better ways to be a cheater and to be deceptive to her. So it really wasn't the baby that made her want to leave. It was more so him continuing to never do right by her, right? So that's one of the things that made her want to walk away. And then, girl, it started to get real messy. It started to get real messy up in here. When they got ready to play back like the 2017, like things that has taken place over 2017. It said that Martell didn't give a F if he gave his wife, kids, or newborn the big C19. Woo, the disrespect. That's all I was hearing. And I loved how Carlos like broke that down to him. Like, you do understand this is what you did. We're in the middle of a pandemic. You got places shutting down. Your business is, affected by this. It's a lot going on. Instead of you being at home learning and figuring out new ways to make money to keep your family afloat, you figuring out new ways to have a moment in time. You know what I'm saying? A little moment in time can create a whole nother life for a lifetime. Hello. So, yeah, when he broke that down to Martell, I loved how he broke it down. And then Martell, this is so crazy to me because he said, well, when you say it like that, when you put it like that, you make it sound worse than what it is. No, baby, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, it's just the fact that you never took the time out to see it from somebody else's point of view. You only want to see it from your own, and you want to figure out other ways to make what you did absolutely okay. And it wasn't. It doesn't matter how often you sit up there and tell yourself she wasn't fulfilling things, that you wanted, because you got to understand that just as much as she wasn't perfect in the marriage, you wasn't either. So, okay, but she ain't got no baby. The baby she had was by you. It was all staying within the marriage. So, whatever, Martell. Martell is a narcissist. Okay, it's been clinically proven that there is no cure for a narcissist. It was a waste of time to think he will take accountability. Okay, how can cheating for 5 years and having a kid be worse? He really is a horrible dude. If I was coleslaw, I would be feeling some kind of way. Child, listen, because I liked how Carlos brought that up too. Like, you sit up here calling this lady a peasant, you saying all these things about her, but in all honesty, like, it's a little bit more than that, because Martell admitted to the fact, like, nah, I ain't got no sex issue. It's just something, it's the connection that I have with this person. And girl, that man just gotta go somewhere in a corner and keep it real with himself so he can come out and keep it real with the people. That's what he needs to work on, that, honey. It seems like if he doesn't acknowledge certain things, he thinks that it won't make it true, but it's already true because it's already done. Like, security. Well, Martell was the only one that kept the weight off during the pandemic, thanks to his gym. He was the girl. Good night. He definitely kept that weight off, but Mel kept that weight off too. Mel kept that weight off too, especially for her to have a child going right into the pandemic. Listen, the hopes look good, period. Look, they still presenting a united front, even if they don't want to. Hilarious. I do agree that Miss Girl is more than just a piece here and there. Side chicks don't usually last that long. Well, hey, what do I know? But him not talking says everything. Yeah, he fell for her. Okay, he fell for the woman. He was, in that place with this woman. So that's what it is, right? You can't screw for years and it not be more than a side dish. Okay, just like she's the restaurant, honey. She's the entree. She's a little bit of dessert. Okay, she's some vodka over there. Okay, with a little bit of cranberry or whatever y'all want to put in it. He'll want Miss Girl when she finally moves on. Look how he got back with Mel after she had her rump, then got her preggers. Carlos landed on too thick about, it was disgusting. You thought it was disgusting? I didn't think it was disgusting. I thought it was real. I thought it was real. I thought it was being honest. It may hurt Melody to hear that, but this is truth. And sometimes that's what people need, truth, as they continue to move forward in healing. All right. And if she couldn't get the truth out of Martell, it was good that Carlos was getting to a place to get that truth out of him. Because, baby, okay, somebody says, I don't agree with Carlos. She is not the restaurant and all that. That man can't love anyone because he doesn't love himself. She is convenient and he still won't claim her. Ooh. Well, there's that on that, honey. There's that on that. You see how he tried to get the heat off him by bringing up her doing fellatio. LOL. Nah, Martell, let's stick to the script. Martell trying so hard to attack Mel on her one-time moment 4 years ago. Let's talk about it. Okay, so March 2017. Let me go a little. March 2017, she found out this is when he was cheating, right? But months before that, right, the woman that's the mother of his child now blew up the phone. So Mel confused because at this time she had no inkling that he was cheating. So she looked at the phone and she's like, who is this calling? So she answers the phone, of course. And the woman had the audacity to get the attitude with her, like, I called to speak to Martell, not you. Mel said that was the first disrespect. Woo! I don't know how I would have responded in that moment, y'all. And then Mel said she told him to come get the phone. I don't know if he would have been able to come and get the phone, y'all. I don't know if he would have been able. And then he still wouldn't come get the phone, and he knew who was on that phone. And y'all know what it makes me think, because the rumors has been that this girl has been pregnant for him in the past, did not have that child, but chose to keep this child. It makes me wonder if she was pregnant at that time, which is why she continued to blow up that phone. Right? What else? Excuse me. Martell is asked about accusing Marceau and Mel of messing around. Yeah, no, I don't even know why that came in his head, but I love that Mel said that Martell was really insecure about what he had going on. So he tried to put that off on Marceau. I do think that Marceau has liked Mel. I do feel like Marceau may have thought at any point in his life, what would life have been like had I hooked up with Mel and Martell did not? I don't care what nobody say, that what I think. Okay. Another thing I have to give Martell credit for, when Mel started to break down the timeline of how everything worked, I like that he was quiet. Because y'all know Martell will cut her off at any moment, baby. But I love that he sat quiet and let her get that out. So I was like, okay, you can be civilized. You choose not to at times. Right. So they opened up and talk about how Vanessa ended up contacting. So once this incident took place between Martell and Mel and this girl calling the phone, Miss Vanessa contacted Marceau because that's a friend, you know, and she's like, and she worked with the company at the time. And she was like, yo, they over there arguing. I need somebody to get over there and just make sure they good, like straight, calm it down. So Marceau says that he tried to hit up Martell, but he wasn't answering, right? And then he had to hit up Mel to talk to Mel. And that's when he and Mel ended up linking up in like a parking lot of a restaurant, right? Martell tried to bring up the fact that Marceau had hit his wife up on some let's get drinks, right? And Marceau was like, no, that's not what happened. But when Mel told the story, it is what happened. So for me in that moment, it felt like Marceau be lying too, child. I ain't got time. That's what I got. I feel like Marceau tried to lie about that. I felt like, but he could have told the truth and said, yeah, I did. But how you're insinuating this, Martell, is not what that is, okay? I was just trying to get her out of that situation. Ultimately, even if it was for us to go catch drinks or sit in a parking lot, I just wanted to remove her from that situation. And Mel tried to say, yeah, he did bring up the drinks, but it wasn't like, hey, let's go get drinks. Like he was trying to get her drunk and try and touch on her and feel on her in that moment or whatever like that. I will say in that moment, I don't think that was something Marceau was trying to do, you know, but I do think that he just hit her up like, let's go get drinks. Like, let's go away. Like, let's like whatever it takes to get you out of the house so that we can have a sit down and talk and get you controlled. Because obviously I can't reach him. So there's that. Mel tells Martell, I talked about that, him being insecure. Martell brings up Mel cheating when she left. He says it was over fellatio, but she gave fellatio to someone else. Now, he's saying that Mel left him because he kept complaining about her not giving him, you know what. And that's why she ended up leaving. But then when she left and got her own place, honey, she ended up linking up with somebody else that she met within that month, like within January. I think she said she had left him in December. She moved out December 2017, met somebody else in January of 2017, had no intentions on going back to Martell at all. And it was in that moment that she let somebody, you know what I'm saying, lollipop, okay? So she let them see how many licks it take to get to the center. And that was that, right? Well, it was interesting because I was glad that Carlos called her out, because I was feeling like, Mel, you've been denying this whole situation that Martell been talking about this entire time. You've been denying it. Whenever he's brought it up, you've said, no, I didn't cheat. I didn't do this. I didn't do that, whatever. And then now here it is coming out that you did. So this is why, Mel, although I like you, I feel like everybody on this stage has a little bit of I'm keeping it real, and then I be lying a little bit too. So everybody does it. I didn't feel too bad about Mel getting it in because he been getting it in for years. You know what I'm saying? So you've been doing it. And what? So I didn't really, I'm like, okay. And you brought this up, what? You feel like, see, at the end of the day, Mel ain't got no other child. You do. Outside the house. Okay, so there's that. And it was from, many years ago. But again, regardless of when it was, Martell kept bringing it up to the forefront, and Melody actually was denying it. And then she finally came out and told the truth. And then when he said that he got audio of this, like, you sure? Because you said that you was the one that was giving fellatio. And she was like, no, I told you I got fellatio. He said, well, that's not what the recording said. And now do I need to, what Mariah say? Do I need to pull the receipts? Do I need to pull the receipts? And then Mel said, well, I don't know. Okay, I don't remember. And I loved when Carlos said this, keeping it real, because this is how America is thinking. It's a very interesting that you can recall certain events here, there, and the other, but you can't recall when you know what I'm saying, had that one encounter outside of your husband, and you can't recall who gave who fellatio. Girl, let's take a sip. Somebody lying. I'm sorry, somebody lying. I think it could have went down. I wasn't there. I think all things are very possible. Okay, but also I will say this, in all honesty, I felt like, I wonder if Mel also said that on the recording to piss off Martell, even if it did not happen. That was something that crossed my mind. Like, I wonder if she lied just to get under his skin, because she knows that that is something that he really wanted. Okay, so there's that, because Martell and Mel are both king and queens of getting under each other's skin. So I can also see that happening. Okay, shout out to Jesse J. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Must not have been that good for Mel to have forgot. Oh, child, good night. Good night. Good night. Martell swears her moment. Martell swears her moment when they were separated is the same as his ish. Nope. That didn't land like he hoped. No one cares. Mel got it in. Only thing I cared about was Mel denying it. That's the only thing I cared about. Like, she could have kept it real a long time ago, and it still would have been to me, okay, now what? Now what you gonna do? Because you're the one who been sitting up here cheating on this lady for many years. Okay. And I hate to say it, but it's like, girl, what's good for the goose must be good for the gander. And she done left the whole house and got a whole apartment on you. Yikes, honey. Oh, Phil says Mel lied. It's all wrong. So he says, period. She was wrong. I can see her lying, but she knows he'll use it against her to justify his raggedy behavior. And that's fine, because I feel like he's going to do that anyway. He's been doing that the whole time. He kept trying to use that against her, or not trying. He was using that against her. She just would not feed his ego or admit to that. And it's just like, I would have been like, and now what? How your baby doing? And now what? How your side chick doing? And now what? How your baby mama? You know what I'm saying? And now what? When you finna come pick up these kids? And now what? You ain't got no family. And it still don't matter. I just felt like she could have kept it real right out the gate, and it would not have held a candle to anything to me of what he has done to her. I sure would have, and he would have cringed even more the fact that she admitted that. Okay, now I did. Now what? You thought it was gonna make me look even worse to the public? And no, it's still you. You still look like a fool. And now what else going on? What we got? Oh, okay. So that's why I just felt like just keep it honest. What else do we have? So I don't think she cheated after she had her daughter. That was before she had her daughter. It was a few years ago. Mel says that we talked about all of that. Mel says, hold on, give me 1 second. Let me drop this over here for you guys. Let me drop this over here for anybody that wants to come on up here, child. Okay. Shout out to Jesse J again. Miss Girl fed Martell's ego. Mel was the chimp. Oh, you mean champ or the chimp? Did you mean chimp? Chimp of the relationship with Coleslaw? He was the catch. He ain't in love with Miss Girl, just his fave of all the sides. Yikes. I feel like he did. Thanks so much, Just Ivy 98 for the super chat. I feel like he did kind of care about Miss Girl. Y'all don't think so? I mean, he may not be in love with her though, but I think he probably cares about her. I think he cares about her, but I don't know. But and y'all know what though? Also, it could just be a soul tie. Y'all know how I go when it's a soul tie situation going on. Thank you so much, lady 6916. Mel, get it in where you fit in. F Martell. Okay. And there's that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Prosperity, I see you down here. Let me finish this last section and I'm gonna pull you up so that you can share your thoughts regarding the show. What was something else I wanted to mention? Mel says that she isn't in competition with anybody because the question came up about, I see you too, Phil. I'm gonna get you as well. I don't know. Let me see something, Phil. Phil, you may have to click out and click back in because it's showing that you don't have a mic or a camera. So click out and click back in, Phil. Yeah, so here we go. So Mel's the question came up about whether she was holding on to Martell because she didn't want to be in competition with because she didn't want Ariane to win, basically. And Mel said, no, baby, I'm not in competition with anybody. And she said that she didn't stay to win over Miss Girl. She stayed for the love of her kids and, you know, for the hope. She knows that he's not perfect, but she hung around for that. Carlos asked Martell if he thought she would leave. And Martell says that he never thought she would. I told y'all, he never thought she would leave. Martell admits to having a personal connection to his side chick. Carlos calls him out for not accepting the fact that he loves this woman or has any feelings for this woman. What else? Carlos also asked if he would have met her before Mel, would he have married her? And it was dead silence. Hear what I say. It was dead silence. He ain't give us nothing. He ain't say nothing. So, I mean, I don't know, child. We're going to find out on next week's episode. I don't know why he didn't tell us that. Give me 1 second. Prosperity, thick girl. Oh, not Prosperity. It's thick, honey. Thick, period. Thick. What is going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, how y'all doing? Hey, Jamie.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. What are your thoughts on the season, on the reunion?
I really think that at the end, Martell was like the devil, looked like the devil. That you know he about the truth. The truth, what he should say is no, but he's going to say yes just to make Mel look crazy on TV, crazier than he already has. Look at tell by the look on his face. He's thinking like, now what answer could I give that's gonna piss her off right now? I really don't think Ariane is motivated enough. She doesn't do what Mel does for him financially, for him to actually be like, yeah, I would be with her for the rest of my life. I would, no, you would. Because if you wasn't with Mel, you wouldn't have became the man that you are
today. Interesting. I can see that too, though. I can see him not like committing to her. I mean, he won't even like admit that he's with her right now. You know what I'm saying? So he's so focused on the life that he's had with Mel and how he had the picture perfect everything. So I just don't see him committing to her, but I still think that he cares about her. And in regards to him, right. Your phone's going in and out, Prosperity.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, she would still be convenient. Like he said, this girl has been a peasant. This girl has been an orange. This girl has been coleslaw, and now she's his personal gem. Really, your personal gem? Like, girl, when you gonna get some respect?
Not a 24-hour gem.
And then he don't know the baby birthday because he said, let's do the math. He never gave an equation to solve. You don't know the baby birthday. That's why you left that alone. It ain't because you don't want people to know. You don't know it.
Embarrassing. I didn't even catch that. I just felt like he didn't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? No. Like, embarrassing. And you know what? He was sitting up there looking like, what kind of answer can I say to probably hurt her feelings?
Exactly. That's exactly what he did. He wanted to piss Mel off. So he said there, like Kimmy said, the silence is deafening. I bet it is because that's how he wants to build it up. He wants to build up momentum and then give the answer of, No, I don't think so, or something like that, because that's the type of dude Martell is.
Right.
When Mel said, the man gave me head, I guarantee you his pants ripped. Martell was so disturbed when that answer came out of Mel's mouth. He said, hold up now. You said you took this. You ain't say nothing about him doing nothing to you. That nigga pants ripped.
I cannot. Not the pants rip. Not the pants rip. Thanks so much, just Ivan that day for the super chat. Okay, they're enjoying your commentary, Miss Prosperity. I'm not sure who I just had up here. I think it was Angel or somebody that just popped off, but you can come back in. I had to remove you guys because the sound was affecting Prosperity speak. Thank you so much for your thoughts, Prosperity. I'm gonna go ahead and hop on and bring somebody else in. Thanks for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you, babe. Y'all be safe. And you and the girls, like I said on Twitter, y'all need your own show, and I need everybody to tweet Fox Soul, Fox Network, whatever, and get these girls their show, because they are better than everything that's on TV right now. Nick Cannon, what? No, we need the ladies first panel. More interesting and more funny. Thank you, babe. Y'all be safe.
All right. Bye. All right, Phil, what you got?
Can you hear me?
Phil. Can y'all hear Phil? Because the audio not sounding good. You ready, Phil? Can you
hear me now?
We can't. Give me 1 second, y'all. Can y'all hear Phil? Or is it just me, guys? Because I'm not hearing anything. Go ahead, Phil.
All right, so I know y'all gonna be mad because I'm Team Tisha all the way. Love me some Tisha, but I hated the look. I gotta be honest, she looked bad. Tisha went out bad this reunion. The only thing is, Martell likes to deflect and put everything off on Mel, which isn't cool. Mel isn't perfect, but you gotta own your mistakes. Now, Mel, you should have just kept it real and been like, you got some head, I got some head. And then that would have really made the show. But I think the only thing that upsets me with Martell is that you love your family, but you want a side piece, and Mel not gonna have that. So you gotta accept, if I want to keep my family, I'm not gonna hurt my children's mother either. You can't be a good man and a good father and hurt your children's mother. I'm not always Team Mel, but the best parents are when both parents are happy, not just the father, the mother as well. And as a father, a part of your responsibilities is ensuring that that mother is happy as well. But, you know, I got to get on y'all favorite homegirl, Kimmy, a little bit. Sorry, Kimmy. Maurice giving me side chick vibes. Sorry. Maurice was running back and forth from Detroit to Huntsville. I'm just going to be honest. I don't trust Maurice. Sorry. Hey, Jamie, don't make that face. You know you thinking the same thing. Kiowa ain't mad because of nothing. If Kiowa had another dude on the side, she not mad because of nothing. So, you know, it's something to think about. And my last thought, I don't care what none of y'all say, Team Wanda. Wanda is hilarious. Messy as Wanda can be, Wanda is still funny, and I can't wait till next week to find out what happened to LeBaric. Destiny, what happened? But Andy turning the.
What did you think about her? What did you think about Tisha's outfit for the reunion?
Boo! Get off the stage, throw tomatoes. I love my Tisha, but that wasn't a good look. And Tisha is a beautiful woman. Marceau keeps her on a tight leash because he ain't gonna get another baddie like Tisha. But it wasn't a good look.
I feel like he also he keeps Tisha because he know he ain't gonna get nobody else like Tisha that's also going to put up with him and his shenanigans. Period.
He's not gonna get another woman that looks like Tisha and puts up with his shenanigans. He ain't gonna get no dime. But yeah, nah, but I'm still Team Tisha, even though she looked a country fool. Still Team Tisha.
Not a country food. Well, we definitely appreciate you. For those of y'all that don't know, Feel Good is definitely Team Tisha, honey. So we're going to have to recognize.
And I'm going to read y'all comments.
Here.
I don't care. Team Tisha forever. Somebody got to hold it down other than Wanda.
All right. Thanks so much, Phil, for joining us. Angel, if you want to hop back on, Angel Eyes, you can go ahead and try to hop back on. Y'all is a funny, honey. Well, Marlo cut her budget. Not cut her budget. It's hard to start over when you built so much. I mean, that's true. They do have a lot of kids and stuff. So, I mean, I guess it's difficult. It would be difficult to start over. But hell, I feel like Mel over here doing it gracefully. She's starting over, living her best life, honey. I don't know if they can, if she sees my comment over there. All right, let me scroll up, see what else y'all over here saying. Didn't they say there are legal reasons for, what? Didn't they say there are legal reasons preventing Destiny from speaking on her marriage? I'm not sure. I never heard that. But I also feel like it's going to be fluff. Once we get to next week's episode, I feel like they're not going to tell us anything. I feel like we're just gonna get there and she's gonna be BSing again. So there's that. Give me 1 second. Let me add, yep, that's D on up so that she can give her thoughts. All right, go ahead, D. What you got?
Hey y'all. Okay, so I think it was a pretty solid reunion, part one, honestly. I don't have many thoughts. I did just want to say, as far as the Mel and Martell situation, I don't really blame Mel. If we're looking at it as far as, marriage, the institution, if we're going by the Bible, hey, yes, both of y'all are wrong. Y'all committed adultery in your marriage. But if we're looking as far as morals, like, come on, Martell, you shouldn't even be bringing up. He should not have the audacity to bring up Mel doing anything wrong to him after what he had been doing for numerous years. At that point, did he go to see child? So I feel like that was just like, you really ruined your life for nothing. You ruined your marriage for no real reason, and he really should just let it go, in my opinion. Marceau, I don't think Marceau meant anything like as far as offering Mel to come talk to him. I have friends, they they call me. If my boyfriend and me is going through something, his friends can call me, that's not an issue. So I understand what was going on there. I think, again, Martell he knows all the wrong that he does. So he's going to try to point out wrong in everybody else around him so that we can all be on the same level. And Tisha, the wig, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Please. I don't know what was going on. I think that braid at the top was too big or something because it didn't lay down right. Tisha usually look pretty good. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. They got to work on it as far as the hair. But that's all I got to say, y'all. I love your show. I'll be back in the comments.
All right. Thanks, D. We appreciate you, dear. And I agree with everything that you said, honey bun. I definitely agree. Okay, so we got the New York Southerner. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. What you got?
Hey, so first of all, I love your show. Martell is a narcissist. And when you're a narcissist, the one thing that you don't want to lose is the perception of what your life is. And he lost that by losing Mel. If he really loved Ariane, then he has all ability to be with her right now. But he won't even claim her. He won't show the kid. He won't even say the date. So in my opinion, I agree with the person who left the chat who said that she's probably like his favorite of all the hoes that he was smashing because she wasn't the only one. He wasn't faithful to her in the first place. And as far as Melanie, like, if you got a little head and you gave a little head, just admit it. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter because Martell had a whole baby. But she definitely went around saying that she did nothing sexual for years. And now that he claimed that he has this recording, now all of a sudden her whole story changed. So I was with her up until that point. But in regards to Martell, his ego was bruised. Everybody knows that he was the chump of the relationship with him and Melody. That's why he went with Ariana, because she made him feel good about himself, because he was the prize in that relationship. And now that Melody is gone, everybody sees that he ain't shit. He doesn't even have a builder's license. It was all Melody. She was his blessing. And I don't think that he's able to fully admit that. And that's why Ariana will never be more than what she was, which was his favorite side chick.
Ooh, you just gave a whole mouthful. I don't know what else to say, girl. I agree. That was a good one. Like, I mean, she'll never be the favorite, you know. I don't know if I'll feel bad or anything. He's still not claiming you even after the fact. The only title that you've gained at this point is baby mom. I don't care what he doing or how he treating her behind the scenes. We're focused on how he's presenting and treating you in front of the scenes. And to him and to us, which is so unfortunate, he still treats her like, you know, she's a peasant, unfortunately. You know, it's like he won't even acknowledge the child or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
But I definitely appreciate you for hopping on. The New York Southerner, thank you so much. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch over. OBS, I see you. Hold on one second. OBS, I see you, but it doesn't seem like you have a device connected. So you may have to, you know, click out and click back in. Because I'm unable to add you up here without a device. So try it one more time. Make sure you got your devices on. Or obvious, if that's how you say the name. Obvious. I think that's how you say it, Haney. All right, let me see what else y'all saying over here in the chat. Click out and come back in. Angel Eyes, you can try it again as well, honey, and see how it does for you. The word submission means different things to many men. Martell thought Mel was supposed to go with whatever he wanted. Wow. He had no right to treat his wife this way. That's messed up. I feel like he disrespected his wife and his children. Woo, child. And I wonder if the kids even met. I hope that's another question that Carlos is going to ask. All right, what we got, Angel Eyes? Can you hear me, Angel Eyes? Are you able to can you hear us, Miss Ma'am? Is it talking?
Good day. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We were able to hear you. Now we can't hear you. Am I tripping? Go ahead. Okay, it looks like the people in the audience are saying that they can't hear you, Angel Eyes. We had audio. I'm not sure what just happened.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey.
How are you?
Fine. Can you hear me? Okay, great. So my thing was for Ariana, I honestly think it's not that she was the restaurant, she was easy. If you got an easy hoe that's gonna let you do what you want to do, you gonna go back. Cause I get to cheat. I don't have to have all these qualifications. I don't got to sneak high. You got everything ready for me at the crib. I get to use your house to hold around. You easy. You low maintenance. I don't got to take you out in public. I don't got to take you out to eat. I can hide you and my baby that I just got. So, and then I don't know why Tisha had the Party City wig on. The Barbie doll, the cheap Barbie doll that you get from the dollar store. She looked crazy, and I think Marceau really do got a little thing for Mel. And if y'all be noticing the way he be having that eye, well, no, the way Tisha be having her eye on Marcel when he be talking about Mel or getting on Martell, like, why are you taking up for her? Why are you speaking up on her? Why are you saying positive stuff about her? Hold on. But that's it. Let me get my little nervous stuff off here.
Thanks for coming on, Ashley. What was I going to say about the with the coleslaw situation, y'all? I feel like, yeah, when you guys say that it's not that she was the whole restaurant, she was just a person that you can go and like do whatever you want to do with or whatnot. I feel like it also, because he's so focused on, I guess, like the sexual aspect, it kind of hides away from her flaws, right? He sees so many of the flaws in Mel because he sees Mel in all aspects, but when it comes to the other young lady, he may not see her in all of those aspects. So, you know, it's I guess easier to hide the flaws when you're distracted by something else. You know what I'm saying? But you know, honey, those are just my thoughts, child. I hate that we couldn't get Angel Eyes on. I'm so sorry, Angel Eyes. I don't know what happened. The audio was going out. We heard you and then we couldn't hear you again. Coleslaw needs to be, well, it's psychoanalyzed doing what? Along with Martell. I listened to some of her live and her mindset is so warped and pathetic. It's crazy. Oh, yikes. Okay, he compensated the easy HOE. Then Tisha said Martell bought coleslaw matching cars. Girl, I did hear that, but I don't know. I feel like Tisha heard that from somebody else. And if he did, that's messed up. That's disrespectful. Everything he did was disrespectful though. So I guess it would be expected at the same time. Yeah, the young things out here brag about things we didn't tell nobody. Maybe she gave him some things like confidence because Mel was the start in the relationship. It could have been that, you know, she could have praised them. You know, obviously, you know, they came from probably two different sides of the tracks or whatever. So maybe he was like the ideal guy that happened to be attached to, you know, his wife and his kids. Child, good night. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. I thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you to the callers, the people that hopped in, the people that were able to hop on and, you know, share your thoughts regarding the show, The Reunion. So hopefully we'll get a chance to do this again on next week. But also be looking out for my upcoming reviews on Real Housewives Salt Lake City. We got Porsha Family Matters coming out. Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip is up, as well as Real Housewives Orange County. Ready to Love should be available for you guys shortly. And I got some other content that's going to be coming you all's way. So please be sure to have your notification bell on. And if you are not subscribed, honey, please go ahead and get subscribed. And shout out to all of the new members of the channel. I'm Jamie, that's me. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye-bye.